Apple is prepared for a fight with the FBI, and the tech company says the implications involve your personal privacy on your smartphone. It's connected to last year's terror attack in San Bernardino, California. Investigators have the iPhone belonging to one of the shooters, Syed Farook, and they want that phone's data. Now, the problem is the phone is locked. There's a passcode. Too many tries to figure out the code could erase all data from the phone. The FBI wants Apple to create a feature allowing investigators to try to crack the code as many times as they want without wiping out the data. And a federal judge ordered Apple to comply.
They are not asking Apple to redesign its product or to create a new backdoor to one of their products. They're simply asking for something that would have an impact on this one device.
Apple CEO Tim Cook responded to the court order in a letter to customers saying, in part, the government suggests this tool could only be used once on one phone, but that is simply not true. Once created, the technique could be used over and over again on any number of devices. Google's CEO sided with Apple today in a series of tweets. He said Tim Cook's letter was important and says the court order forcing Apple to help the FBI could, quote, be a troubling precedent.
Okay, John Browning is an attorney who specializes in privacy and data security. John, thanks for coming in again.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you. All right. First, let's momentarily skip the Apple element of this. And let's say I have a car with a special key that I've made to get into my car, and the FBI and a judge thinks I have terrorism information in there, and they want in. There is no question. I got to give them that key, right? No question.
Yeah. I mean, this is analogous to you have a valid search warrant for a house, you have the owner's permission to go into the house, and yet in that house is a safe. And this is the equivalent of asking the manufacturer of that safe to create a device or a key that would allow that safe to be opened and potentially all the other safes that they make.
So then what's the difference with that has happened, I assume? I assume companies have been asked to open that safe, we don't have it, and they've done it. So tell me the difference, other than I guess there are however many million iPhone users and maybe several thousand safe owners.
Well, what Apple is saying is that this creates a very, slippery slope. That if we do this, because of the fact that Apple has sold itself in part on, being very sensitive to and respectful of user privacy, and in this era of identity theft, of cyber crime, of increased government surveillance, that, we value and protect our users' privacy. They're worried about that image being tampered with.
And let me talk about that. I guess they're saying that some government worker or one of their own worker who works on this key would steal the technology and sell it to ISIS. I don't know what they think, but is there legal precedent from saying, hey, we don't trust our own work that it won't get out there, and so you need to stop us from doing this at all? Is there legal precedent for that?
This issue has actually been addressed in a couple of other cases where other federal judges in 2014 and in other jurisdictions, California and New York, have said yes to the same reasoning that government prosecutors have asked in this case, and have said yes, if it's at all possible, Apple should provide the technical assistance that's being requested.
How much of this is Apple PR, Apple business? You mentioned we care about your security. They want to do this. And do you think there's a blinking point? Do you think they want, okay, for 2 weeks we're going to fight it, and then we're going to say, and then we'll give it up? What happens in this kind of thing?
Well, Apple's got 5 business days, according to the court order, to respond. And if Apple really does believe and can hang its hat on an argument that it's just not possible, we can't do it, or another reason that federal judges have allowed and recognized in the past is it's unreasonably burdensome to require us to basically create this key or this special software. If
Apple
they come
doesn't
back,
have to spend $1 million trying to create this of their own money.
Apple's got a lot of resources, and really the question is, do they want to do it? And clearly, from Tim Cook's statement today, they don't want to do it, and they have these broader reasons why.
Well, it almost makes me wonder how broad. What is Apple doing with your data that you don't know and they don't really want you to see?
Sure.
I mean, what have they put in that phone that they're shipping off data? Data is where it's at for technology, right? And what are they doing with your phone that you don't know they're doing and they don't want you to know?
Exactly. Apple's been caught before of not always towing the line when it comes to respect for the user privacy.
Let me ask you one last thing before we wrap up. Okay, so they got the PR campaign. We're fighting for you people.
Right.
But there's a flip side that some people might say, and this is extreme, but hey, don't you want to fight terrorism?
Right.
And there could be a negative.
Absolutely, and that's a very real risk for them that they have to weigh, because in the other cases, they've been criminal cases, law enforcement asking about drug cases. In the New York case, it was credit card fraud. But here, we're talking about terrorism, and not just any terrorism incident. We're talking about the second worst attack ever to take place on U.S. soil.
And again, to reiterate, they think on that phone there may be contacts. The FBI has said they weren't working alone. They may have worked with other people, and those people may commit more acts, so they want to see if there's any way to find those
right.
people.
We don't know how valid that belief may be, but it is a belief. Now, the terrorists...
judge believed it.
Right, and the terrorists had actually destroyed 2 personally owned devices. They took a lot of care to make those, completely unusable. In this one, they really didn't.
Right?
This was owned by the employer of Mr. Farouk, yeah.
All right. Okay, John, thanks for coming. We'll see how it goes. We've got 5 days to watch, I guess. We'll see how it turns out.